Hello and welcome back to the cabin. You probably heard the music and thought you were on a different channel, but here we are at the cabin and we're making a chai tea from India. Now I'm using the cups themselves to measure how much to put in. And we've got some exotic spices. These spices we are used to in the area that we live. We have neighbors that are from India and have graciously shared this beautiful tea recipe. And it starts with whole milk. And we've got that on a light simmer. And then we've got some spices, so you might want to write this down. We've got cardamom. Cardamom is a mainstay in India spices. And it doesn't have much of a smell until you start crushing it up. And we're going to add that to our mortar and pestle. And we're going to just start to slowly break it up and grind it down. Now we do have the mixer that we can use if we need to on the final mixing of the spices, but for now we're just going to use the mortar and the pestle. We'll do it by hand. So we're just breaking up the husk and bringing out the aromas inside. Some of them are pretty tough, but they'll come apart when we get them in the blender. We've got whole peppercorns. So kind of rule of thumb is we had 4 cardamom, 2 for each cup. So if you're making enough for 2 people, that would be 4. And in the peppercorns, it's 3 per person. So we've got 6 in there. There's only two cups we're doing. And we're gonna give them a bit of a hammering as well and get them broken down. And then we've got some whole cloves, 3 per cup, so we've got 6 there. It's already really starting to smell nice in here, the mixing of the herbs. Oh, that's wonderful. It's coming along really nice. Now, as the milk is slowly warming, let me get a good spoon. And we're going to add this tea. Now, I don't have any loose leaf black tea right now, but this is regular black tea in a tea bag, and that works just as well. Three tea bags for 2 people. You want this to be a good flavored strong tea to go with the milk. Oh, that music was a little intense. Music made by this channel, but still intense. Now we've got about a teaspoon of cinnamon. If you had a cinnamon stick, that would be better. I don't have one. And I'm adding it right in with the rest of the spices so they can be ground up together. Oh, it's looking nice. It's smelling good. I've got a couple stubborn pieces of cardamom that doesn't want to cooperate, but there it is, basically. All your spices together. I hope you wrote that all down. Now we're going to give them a quick blend. And this is going to be strained off anyway. Okay, that was loud. I apologize. There, we're done. It's mixed. Now, I get stories sent in quite often, and some of them I'm not quite sure what to do with them. And what I've got today is a short story from India. So while the milk, okay, off camera you can't see that I had dropped some the stand. So while this milk is nicely warming, we don't want it boiling, we want it nicely warming. And at some point we might even see little wisps of heat coming off it. And that's when we're going to add our spices that we ground up. And we've got about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, but I don't think we're going to use that much. Probably use half of it. And there's the spice. So we're just waiting for that to, we're going to let it warm. You can feel how warm the pan feels. If you dare turn it up. All right, so while we have this music playing, the India music, here's the story. Imagine a bustling street in the heart of rural India, where the air is alive with the tantalizing aromas of freshly brewed tea. And as you stroll down the narrow, winding road, you're immediately enveloped by the sights and sounds of a vibrant community and the beautiful smells of spices. The shops along the street are a cacophony of activity, with vendors calling out their wares and locals moving about their daily routines. In the midst of this lively scene, you spot a small tea stall. Its owner skillfully stirring a large pot of steaming chai. Well, look at this. I don't know about skillfully, but I am definitely stirring a pot of what will soon be chai or cha. So some people call it cha, and I think that word originates from China and it means tea. So we're seeing little wisps coming off. So we're going to put all of those spices right in there. Turn it down slightly and keep mixing. The fragrant steam swirls upwards. The scent of cardamom and cinnamon permeates the air, mingling with the earthy aroma of freshly ground spices. You can almost taste the rich aromatic tea. It's warm, promising a moment of respite from the bustling energy of the busy street. As you find a seat at the stall, you're welcomed by a friendly owner who presents you with a delicate cup filled to the brim with fragrant amber-colored chai tea. The first sip is a revelation. The bold flavors of the tea dance on your palate, balanced by the subtle sweetness and the gentle warmth of the spices. Around you, families gather, sharing laughter and stories as they savor their own cups of chai. And at this point, we're going to put in about half, turn that down, half of that brown sugar. So so far we're about a tablespoon of brown sugar. Okay, where were we? The atmosphere is one of peaceful tranquility, a stark contrast to the lively energy of the street. You find yourself slowing down, taking in the moment and feeling a deep sense of connection to the community and the traditions that have endured here for generations. In this fleeting moment, the world seems to stand still and you're transported to a realm where time is measured not by the clock, but by the rhythm of life itself. A world where the simple pleasures of a hot cup of tea shared with loved ones is the greatest treasure. And that was called Street Chai Tea, or Cha. Well, that was wonderful. Thank you for sending that in. A lot of people don't want their names told, and that's fine. But the recipe and the story went together, so I figured it was a good combination. This is almost ready. It doesn't take long. Yeah, we've got nice wisps of what we call smoke, heat smoke coming off. We're going to turn that down even more, and we're going to give it a test and see if it is sweet enough. It's hot. Okay, it could use a little more. I just wasn't sure about putting in the whole 2 tablespoons, but we'll see. And then we're going to strain this into the cups. I'm going to turn it off now. It's going to keep heating in its own pot and stay warm yet for a bit, so I'll just keep stirring and see about a strainer. Okay, I've got a little strainer here. This will work. I don't know, I think this one might be too big. Now, wish me luck. I'm gonna plan ahead here. Okay, with some paper towel. I've always had a fascination with India. Its vibrant colors. Oh yeah, this is nice. This is gonna be nice. The culture, the longevity of the history. Hardworking people for sure. Okay, so it's a little messy, but believe me, it'll be worth it. It will definitely be worth it. And I kind of figured I was going to spill it a bit, so hence the paper towel before the accident. Okay, so let's do this. Oh, excellent, excellent. And there we have it. We've got chai tea, or cha, however you want to say it. Gonna have to do a taste test. It's nice and creamy, bits of spice in there. Let's have a taste. Oh, that's delicious. The cardamom is that kind of spice that it brings out all the other flavors, but yet you never lose the taste of the cardamom. Delicious. Now, some people use this as a meal replacement because it's got a lot going on in there. So we just thought we'd do something different. We do have a AGA that we're going to be doing in a little bit, but we wanted to take you to India today and show you a different kind of tea. And here it is, a spiced chai tea. You can make it home. You could froth it up, froth the milk up if you want, but the flavor's there and it's wonderful. Delicious. Join us on our next show for AGA. Thank you to all my subscribers and viewers. Thumbs up for good tea. And we're all gearing up for Christmas in a few days. So this might be something nice. Just instead of cooking lunch, make a good cup of chai tea, and that'll carry you through till dinner. As always, be kind to nature and each other, and go out into the forest as often as you can. Just not after dark and alone. I like that part.